Hi everyone, and welcome to our final part of our light detection system, at least for now. Unless you've got some suggestions, again, please leave the comments below. Let us know what you want to know added to this series. But in this part, our final part, we're going to add in our UI to show a little eyeball opening and closing when the light is detecting us differently. So let's jump in and take a look at how we do this. So for this task, I have brought in and built this texture sprite sheet, which will show and change the icon based upon where we're at. We're going to now put that into a material because I want the material to only show one eye, obviously, at a time. So I'm going to create material and open this up. And this is going to be a UI material first of all. So let's change it from surface to user interface. Plug that in. And the thing we're affecting here is our UV here. So we're going to have the texture coordinate node, hold down U and left click to create that. And I want to split this. So I'm going to do mask. And I just want the R, that bit of horizontal, the U coordinate. And I want to divide that by 4. There's 4 of them. And then combine that, append vector, with the mask of G. Okay, we just get the 1 on its own. However, I need a thing to determine whether or not it is seeing us or not. So at the moment, it's just going to pick the left-hand side one by default because that's where it's going to start. However, I need to make it go along the line a bit. So we're taking this divide here, and we're going to add to it another division here. I'm going to take 1. Let's plug that in. We're going to take 1 here and divide it by 4. So it adds 0.25 essentially. So imagine this is 0.25, add 0.25, this gives us 0.5. I want this then to multiply by the index that I want it to be. So this would be a scalar value. So scalar parameter, and we'll do detection into there. So if I change detection here from 0, change it to 1, change it to 2, change it to 3. Okay. Now, ideally, what I want to do is just plug that light value straight into here, which we see is a value between 0 and 1. So how can I do that? Okay, because if I put in 0, we're hidden. That's what we want. But if I put in a value of 0.5, that's not going to give us anything. It's going to give us this sort of half in between thing, which doesn't make a lot of sense. We don't want that. So what do? Well, we need to convert it. So if this is 0.5, I need whatever the value this is to multiply this here by 4. After multiplying it by 4, we then want to round it to the nearest integer. So we don't get any half numbers. We just want it to give us whole numbers only. And now if I go from 0.0 to 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, and then 0.9, you see an issue. And that's because it's rounding it to 1. And when it goes to 1, this becomes 1, and then adding 1 onto it makes it just loop right back around to its original position. So we don't ever want this to be 1. Okay. So I need to clamp it. So we're going to take the multiplied value, clamp, and I'm going to clamp it to the largest value that this can be. So it'll be this division, 1 divided by 4, multiplied by the last index, which would be 3. So just clamp it to this value. 0.9 gives you that. 1 will obviously give us that. If I put in 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, 0. Excellent. That's what we want. So all of this to get our detection here to slide that value along nicely. Okay, now let's put this on our user interface. First of all, let's put a opacity mask on it. So let's do that as translucent opacity into there, like so. Okay, so let's make our heads-up display. So I'm going to right-click, create user interface, widget blueprint, user widget, player HUD, and the player HUD acts as a container for all of our other elements. And one of those elements will be the light detection element. So light detection. And in here, we're going to have that image of our material over there. So we set it on the brush on the right hand side over here. If you want to learn more about widgets in particular, do check out our other widgets videos. I'm not going to go through everything in major detail here, but suffice to say, details panel on the right hand side will set the values of our current selected widget. So here I've selected image and changed it to this brush. And I can see what this looks like. If I go to design on screen, it looks like this, which might be a bit too small because the image size is by default 32 by 32. So I'm going to bring this up to maybe 64 by 64. We'll see how this looks in the context of the game, but that would do for a second. And then we're going to add it to our player HUD. So let's go to our player HUD. And in here, we're going to have an overlay. And inside that, we're going to have our light detection element. And I'll put that in the center of the screen, padding on the bottom here of 300. Something like that. That'll do. Okay. Okay, so now I want this to appear on our screen. So I'm going to put that on our controller. That'd be fine there. Just throw it onto the end here. Create widget. And you probably already have a player HUD if you're building this part of your game. So you just need to make the element itself and add it to your element. So now if I run around, we should see the little eye in the top of our screen there. Okay. So we just need to make it now animate. So need to go to my light detection widget. And we're going to make our image here, image icon. There we go. And we're going to go over to the graph. Now make sure your image is set to is variable because you will be changing values on it. So on our graph, we want this to have it be a dynamic material. Okay. So we need to make it a material instance first of all. So let's actually do that in here. So go to icons material, right click on this. And we're going to create material instance. And on my designer view, set to the material instance. Then on the graph, we want this to update all the time with how the light detection for the player character is looking. So we can do it on a tick or on a timer, totally up to you. I'm going to do it on a tick for now, but if you want to do a timer, by all means, do a timer with an event. But all I need to do in here is get the player character, get the light value, and then from that, I need to get my image icon, get the dynamic material from it, and then set the scalar value to our light value. And then in the parameter name, you just put in the name of our scalar parameter, which was detection. So we'll just put that in there. Detection. And that's it. That's all we got to do. So if I now go into the game and test this out, we should see our light here affect the eyeball on the screen. And there we have it. The eye is adjusting accordingly. Now, maybe there's a point where the light value is going to flicker around the edge. It isn't obviously ticking quite a lot. So if I can find, you might have seen it, it might be like a bit too fast, and look, it's blinking really, really fast, which you may want, I don't know, but if you want to stop that from happening, we can lerp the value. So let's show you how to do that in case you may have seen it briefly happen there. So all you got to do is, all this light value is we need to lerp it. So we get the light value here, promote to a variable, plug that in, and then disconnect our float as such. And then you're going to do an f interp2. And the f interp2 is going to go return value into our value there. The target will be the light value coming from my light value option there. The return value, we're actually going to put into our light value and then plug that into there. And the light value variable will also be our current option there. And then delta time, we can plug in with the tick or use get world delta seconds. And the interp speed is how fast it's going to move. So I'm going to put in 2 for now. And that'll give us a smoother transition between those. So we shouldn't get the flickiness so much. Now you may want to add a little offset as well, because notice how we're in complete light here, but the eye is sort of that half closed sort of light. And you see that flicking going on there. Well, maybe I want it to offset it slightly. So that comes back to our light sensor. We go back to our light sensor, and we're just going to add a little value to here, a little offset. And we're going to put in 0.1 and see if that's enough to make that just stay open as we would expect it to in the light here. But in the dark, obviously, you want it to be closed. Like so. Good. So maybe 0.15, maybe. We'll go back to light sensor, 0.15, or let's do 0.2. Okay, we've got wide eye now. But we'll make sure still that when we go in darkness, that it closes. So it's not closing too much. So the problem we've got then is a non-linear solution. So a non-linear solution means that we have to use a curve to increase and decrease the offset. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create that curve over here. We can go to miscellaneous, curve float, and we call it CV for curve. And then we're going to do this one as light offset. And basically, we're going to give it a value in time, which is basically the x-axis, and gives a different offset based upon what the input is. So if the input's low, I want to add an offset value here, which you add keys, by the way. If you right click, you can add a key by somewhere. No, I can't remember where. Let's do that again. If you want to add a key, you can just right middle mouse button and you add a key in. You want to put the 0, we're going to put at point, we'll actually put it 0, leave it at 0. So when it's no light going into it, I don't want to add any offset to it. I want it to show that it's really dark. But then when it is in the actual light here, I do want to add an offset. So when it goes to closer to 1, well, I thought it was at 0.6 was in light, wasn't it? So we'll say 0.5, we'll bring that up to maybe 0.2 there. Okay, and then anything between 0.5 and 1 we'll consider as full-blown light, maybe. And then we can add curvature to this if we wanted to as well. Offset it. And just give it values. I just realized we're in the wrong place. That's 0. So 0 should be... whoops. It should be down here. 0.5 should be there. This one of 0 should be there. There you go. 0. They need to make these lines a bit more clearer, but never mind. We got the curved line going on there. So I'm going to go add more curvature to this one by autoing it. like so. Go back to my light detection sensor, add it as a variable, so curve offset. Search for curve float. Compile that and set that to our curve CV light offset. I'm going to get that out and get the value from it, get float value. And the return is going to go into our add here, and the in time is going to be the result in here. So just going to increase it a little bit based upon that curve. And now we should hopefully get a nicer view of it being full eye over here, and then closed eye over here. So there you go, a light detection system with UI and AI reactions to your light sensor. Now, there's lots of things you could do to this, I'm sure, but you let me know in comments below. Is there anything you want to see added to this series? But for now, that'll be it. And if you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/Ryan Laley. You can find all you want before everyone else from just $1 a month. You can also subscribe to be a Diamond Patreon member and get access to a free session with me every month for help with your own projects. So massive thank you to all our patrons, YouTube members, and everyone else in between for subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.